A very important update before we start the video guys. Only 40 days remain for NLSAT 2026. Even at this juncture, all of you or most of you face a very big problem. Number one, you guys haven't attempted a full mock yet. उस time pressure के अंदर, even if you haven't got it properly checked and evaluated. You do not know what's the actual way to write an answer. You keep pushing the deadline, keep pushing the boundaries, thinking, okay, I'll do it a little bit later on. Even if you attempt the mocks, you do not know where do you actually stand. And even if you do all of that, how to analyze a mock, how to improve, how to effectively plan that, what are the things, what are the topics that you need to know right now. Okay, obviously abhi se from scratch preparation to nahi karoge. You need to know that these are the hot topics, most important topics, and we need to prepare for that. And it is for you that we have brought the LawFren Essentials batch. Only at $299 you get 5 all India ranked mock tests and 5 exclusive video lectures from all India rank 22, 15 and lot more, and people who have been teaching all these people for years now. So hop on, get to know what is the competition that you're going to fight in, and start preparing as early as possible. With that said, let us continue with the video, because as I already mentioned, this video is of a series of the videos called the NLSAT 2026 countdown, as the countdown has begun. Hello everyone, welcome back to LawFren, and this is our another video in the NLSAT 2026 countdown series. इस वीडियो में we'll be talking about a very popular and asked question: Can I crack NLSAT in 40 days? My answer is I do not know. I do not know, because for you may be starting from scratch, but again, you may have had given UPSC this year. You are very well versed with current affairs. You are very thorough with your language. You can write pages and pages really fast. Then your starting point is different from someone who is fresh out of some bachelorate degree. So my job is not to tell you and judge you on the probability of can you crack or you cannot. My job is to tell you that if you had 40 days to prepare for this national level exam, what are the resources that you should follow, how many mocks you should attempt, and what should your general practice be like. So this is our 40-day preparation plan for NLSAT, and in this plan we'll be talking about a very focused and realistic roadmap for your next 40 days, very detailed as well. So first thing first, this time we are seeing that over 9,000 aspirants are registering for NLSAT and will be sitting for NLSAT 2026. However, there are only 120 seats, and वो सब horizontal reservation ये सब हटा दो. So if you come from a completely unreserved category, your chances of getting selected is 0.62%. And to get selected, you need to have a combined score of over 100 out of 150. So 40 days preparation, we are not guaranteeing you selection, but the goal of preparing with all you have in the next 40 days are twofold. Number one, if NLSAT happens, it happens. If it does not, you are very well prepared for the upcoming 3-year LLB exams, be it of NLU or DSNLU or CUET, anything. And number three, if you are in your final stages of a bachelorate degree and if you are thinking to attempt NLSAT again next year, in that case, what added benefit you have is you have a very much upper hand over the rest of the aspirants who will be sitting for NLSAT in 2027, because you would be very much experienced with the exam pattern in a very short period of time, because again you are putting yourself in a rigorous exercise, and the benefits you reap will be immeasurable. जब next year के batch आएंगे and you will be joining those batches, you will already be topping the pool that there is, and you will be starting with a way upper starting mark. So that's the added benefit that you have here. So if you are someone new and you have just got to know about NLSAT right now, registered for it, and in the 40 days you want to give it your all, so that you also have a chance in some other law degree, in some other 3-year entrance, or as the top of the pool motivation for NLSAT 2027. Let us know about the exam a little bit. It comes in 2 parts. ठीक है? The objective MCQ part 75 marks, The subjective part 75 marks. You get to answer 75 multiple choice questions, each carrying 1 mark for correct answer, 0.2 marks for unattempted or wrong answers. It is broken down against reading comprehension, general awareness, current affairs, and critical reasoning. This negative answer thing we know, you must attempt all questions in the actual paper. And part A is the qualifying filter, as in for every 5 copies that are evaluated for part A, only one goes and gets selected in the end. So part A, if you do words off in part A and do greatly in part B, you are not going to cut it. Part A में अच्छा करने के बाद ही, after excelling in part A, your part B will be evaluated. Then we have the legal reasoning. In part B, we have to solve like subjective questions will be given. There'll be 5 legal answer writing questions will be given to us of 12 marks each. We have to write the answers of them around 200 words. We have to write their answers. Legal scenarios, legal situations will be given to us. We have to write their answers in a structured way. Generally, we call this structure the IRAC method. Why do we use IRAC? What is IRAC? Channel pe there are a lot of lectures. Go through them. You will get a hold of it. You need to think like a lawyer, not like a law student. The thing is, do not jargonize your answers, but have the basics ready of legal argumentation, of issue formation. You need to have all of those things ready. And again, it is only evaluated if your part A cutoff is clear. No memorization of law is required. After this thing, this lot of 60 marks of legal answer writing, you have to write one argumentative essay of 500 words, and that will fetch you 15 marks. Generally, the cutoff you see for this is you need to score around 63, 60, 63, 65 in part A to clear the cutoff. And then again, if you go ahead and score somewhere in the 30s in part A, then voila, you are an NLS. So in the next 40 days, what are the things that you should prioritize at most? The must do, the do if time, and leave it completely. Must do, reading comprehension is something that you should invest a lot, because understand that 75 say generally the good lot of students score 63 65 in part A, and part A is a qualifying filter. Even if you invest a lot of time in part B, understand that the highest people can score in part B is 35 38 like that. So the return of investment in investing in both the sides is obviously higher in part A. So invest a lot in part A, and a majority chunk of question in part A are reading comprehension and critical reasoning. So therefore you need to practice these things a lot over the next 40 days in our structured plan that I'll be providing you, so that you have a very good hold on them. Then basic legal reasoning for part. Even if your content sometimes falls off the grid, if your structure is great, they're going to give you, they'll be tempted to give you marks. Understand this, because understand who these people are who will be evaluating your copies. These are people of the legal academia, years and years of lectureship, and they have been consuming so much of legal content, and the fundamental nature of all of this content is they follow this same line of writing, the IRAC. They first mention the issue, then they mention the rule of law, then they analyze both of them, then they give a conclusion. So if you structure your answers well, so show them that you have a clean course of thought, then you are already cutting it. Then you need to give 5 full length mock tests in the final 10 days. Again, not mandatory, 2 to 3 are mandatory. How we are going to do them, let's go ahead and discuss them as we go on with this lecture. What are the things that you should do if you have got time? For example, people who are already a little bit thorough with this, what should they do? General awareness, study about it. The last 4 to 5 months ka CA you should study. Essay writing practice, go on to essay when only your part B ka legal answer writing mein you have developed the structure and clarity. And grammar and vocabulary refinement. If we were discussing, as in the 2027 batch for NLSAT that we have started very recently, therein we discussed this thing. Okay, read the Norman Lewis book, how to master your vocabulary, etymology, how do you understand the meaning of words that are supposedly difficult words. They are very difficult words. 2 or 3, if I could, the last few words we were discussing in the class, like be it words like epicracy or limerence, words like that. We do not know the meaning of them right now, but with practice, by using sources, we know to break them down, understand the Latin codes of them, then we understand their meaning. So that is something very fundamental. That is a fundamental exercise. You cannot go and undertake that right now. So leave it for now, or do it only if you've got time. And what things that you should completely leave? Deep textbook law reading. Okay, this is something that we do at the very earlier stages, so that you get a hold of how to think like a lawyer. But in the later stages, this is something in which the return of investment is very less, and this rather confuses you on how to have the clarity of thought. You tend to jargonize a lot after you have read about a little bit of statutes. Comprehensive grammar, GK reading, picking a book like Lucent Vagara and seeing the reading and rotely memorizing current affairs and general knowledge facts, not going to help you at this juncture. And sitting with unfamiliar test formats, a lot of different type of mock tests you're attempting of different coachings, no, that is not going to cut it. So for this also, I will tell you about the LawFren's Essentials batch, how you should consistent Essentials batch, how you get 5 very good quality mocks, that too all India ranked, to attempt. And perfecting every topic, go into the length and depth, going into the length and breadth. Okay, iska pura depth mein dikhunga. No, don't do that at this juncture. So let us have the glance of our 40 days roadmap. I have divided it in something like this, not even 5 days, but something depending on how do you integrate all of this. In the phase 1 to 5, herein we diagnose how the exam is with respect to us and start laying our foundation. In the phase of 6 to 14 days, we work on our part A ka core skills, because the return of investment on this is very high. In the 15 to 22 day ka phase, we work on current affairs and legal basics. Understood? GK of the last 6 months and how legal aptitude and IRAC should be structured. In the 23 to 30 days, we need now integration and practice. We give part A skill in time sets, mock sectionals we are practicing, and we are writing part B answers and getting it reviewed. In the phase 5, we need to get full mocks and analysis. Now we are attempting two full length mock tests, and in the lastly we need to attempt only one mock test. Okay, and get it checked, revise everything, go to the exam. Let us look at it at a very detailed perspective. Initial, the diagnostic phase. Day 1, pura mock do. Give pura complete proper mock without any preparation to understand where do you stand. Day 2, analyze the mock results section by section, then map your accuracy. Day 3, official NLSAT syllabus padna hai, different type of questions you need to analyze. Day 4, now set up your daily routine. See what are your focus study hours, study them. And day 5, by this all of these days you should understand that okay, how should I start. Give yourself a slow start so that you're fitting into the process from day 1. If you set a rigid timetable without knowing anything about the examination, you are going to falter. Don't do that. Give yourself a slow start. What are the goals of this phase? Know your weak areas, understand how negative markings operate by analyzing section by section. Commit to a daily schedule that okay, I'll be reading these 3 hours or 4 hours every day. And start with topics. Never start with topics, start with tests. You get to know that okay, these are the things I'm weak in. After this, go and work on these things, and target 3 RC passages practice part A ka every day at a timed pace. In the phase 2, we need to develop our core skills of part A. How do you do it? The reading comprehension part, minimum 3 passages timed at 8 minutes each. You need to practice daily. You need to read the Hindu, Indian Express editorials and passages of very good bahar ke jo LSAT, WellSAT ke passages that you have. You need to focus on finding out what the main argument is, what is the tone of the author, and infer things from these passages. And you need to practice the skim and scan reading and mapping processes. You need to understand all of this really well. You need to invest time into reading and mapping a passage, and you need to track your accuracy per passage. You need to see what kind of mistakes you're doing. For critical reasoning as well, you need to practice these type of question and understand, be very thorough with these kind of things. 5 critical reasoning passages you should start working on, and see these are the areas where you need to work on in the phase 2 of the preparation of the 6 to 14 days ka window. Day 6 to day 10 May, you need to work on reading comprehension. Day 10 to day 14 May, you need to work on questions of assumption, strengthening and weakening inference question, and all of that. So a basic timetable will be, you wake up, if you wake up early, you practice. After that, you practice. Evening May, newspaper. Night May, you then after practicing, you improve, analyze, and all of that. And weekends May, you are attempting sectional mocks. The phase 3, the 15 to 22 days window. How will this phase 3 look like? We need to see. First of all, current affairs ka. You need to study current affairs of the last 6 months only and not start from like 1999 se ye hota aa raha hai. Don't do that. Last 6 months only. What are the topics? Constitutional events, economic policy, international relations, science, tech, major Supreme Court judgments. These are the things that you should keep a track on. One reliable method is the Hindu, PRS. Make weekly revision notes that you, after reading this, do not make notes out of everything, but yes, make short revision notes or refer to the LawFren compendiums, do all of that. And daily time, you need to have it 30 minutes to 1 hour. Do not let your GK eat into your reading comprehension and critical reasoning ka timing. Okay? Because GK is NLSAT and is linked with the comprehension. If you're not understanding the passage well, you won't understand what is the GK question. So therefore, give ample amount of time to reading comprehension while brushing off on GK, CA and everything. Then in this only legal reasoning ka bhi, you need to start working on this. You need to understand the IRAC method. You need to understand the IRAC method. And this only will understand by one way of doing what? By solving legal reasoning questions and getting it reviewed. You need to understand from lectures. LawFren on our YouTube channel, we have a lot of lectures on Part B legal answer writing where we teach the IRAC method. And if you take part in our course, be the 2026 batch right now or the essentials, you can get a chance of getting your answers reviewed by experts. In the phase 4 of our preparation, where you need to integrate everything and start like rigorous practice, you need to go all in. This is where preparation becomes performance, and you stop learning new things and start combining and testing what you know. You need to have part A drills every day, 30-minute timed sectionals you are doing in real exam situations, and after each of these practice sessions you are reviewing all the wrong and skipped questions. If you have seen the YouTube video where we are discussing about how to analyze a mock, this works on the same pedestal. Then you need to track your score after every day. You need to understand what are the types of mistakes you're doing. Why are you doing a mistake? Is it a silly mistake? Is it a knowledge gap? Speed mein, carelessness mein mistake kar rahe ho? Are you unfamiliar with it? And you need to develop strategies for fixing each of this category. Review your top 10 error patterns before every mock and try to see if you're improving on them or not. For part B practice, you need to learn about essays. Try learning about socio-ethical issues, and we will be providing on our Telegram group or in the study group the top 50 to top 100 most important essay topics. Try learning them. Try understanding the background of those topics, and after you're done understanding, write essays on them. Get them reviewed. That is the way how you do get better at it. And even if you can get it reviewed, and even if after you once get it reviewed you get a hold, वो तो थोड़ा practice लगती है उसमें obviously, but after you get it reviewed for a longer time you get a hold कि okay, this is the way our argument should be. So after that you can also self evaluate, okay, should I have written this in this way, should I write it in that way. That's all of it. Then consolidating your GK. Revise your weekly notes. Do not add new topics. 30 minutes to 1 hour every day. No headline chasing. Oh, this is the new thing, I should go. No, don't do that. Focus on topics that appeared in PYQs and see current affairs, practice it with RC and everything. Now we are at the phase 5 of the mock test. Already I told you what should be a part A target, 55 to 60 out of 70. Part B target 30 to 35. Combined safe score 90 plus you need to maintain with this preparation, because the part A पिछले साल का was 63. So even if I'm not asking you to be the best, you need to have this, because that way you have a good chance at cracking the exam. How do you do full mocks? Set the exam conditions. Put yourself on a 2.5 hour timer, no phones, no breaks, stay offline. Attempt part A and part B both at once. How do you attempt a mock? How do you analyze from a mock? It is best explained by another YouTube video of ours which is present on the channel. Go and check that. You will get to learn there how do you properly attempt a mock, what are the things you should do before attempting a mock, the skill of attempting a mock, and then again the skill of analyzing and learning from mistakes. In the final revision sprint, you have only 4 days. You need to structure these 4 days really well, because how your mental condition is, how your mental health is in these 4 days will affect your exam greatly. Even if people who are prepared for 1 year really well, in these 4 days real mess ups can happen. Day 37, see what were my mistakes. Go through your entire error log that you're maintaining. These are my all the mistakes. See all the mistakes you have done in the 40 days. Identify the top 5 recurring mistakes and redo 10 questions from each of those category, and revise your weekly GK notes, nothing else. Day 38, thoda RC practice and the final mock. Do not do mocks on these 2 days. This mock, 2 passages in the morning, attempt 1 final mock, and post mock only review errors. Do not start a new preparation, and avoid heavy new learning. Only consolidate, learn from your mistakes at this stage. Day 39, exam strategy day. Plan your part A, decide the skipper, what are you skipping, what are you attempting, review your IRAC answer strategy, and see if you need to improve anything therein, and pack your materials. Because now you are now moving for जिनका दूर दूर center होता है, these people are now also moving for the exam centers. Day 40, light reading of editorials, no practice. Visualize the exam, sleep ample, and trust the 40 days, because that is now. So what are all the resources that you should use in the last 40 days? For reading comprehension, the Hindu, Indian Express, and all of these things as already mentioned. For critical reasoning, we have our PYQs. On LawFren website, we have all of these things you should read. General awareness ke liye these all things. Take a screenshot and you'll get to know all of this. So with this said, guys, it is very important for us to understand the mindset you need to have to make these 40 days count. You need to have consistency over intensity. 3 focused hours beats 10 hours of scattered study. ठीक है? Simulate before you attempt. You need to attempt your mocks as if you're attempting the actual NLSAT paper. This is not the last exam. Do not have this pessimistic mindset. Even if this does not happen, you are already way better than you were before these 40 days. And again, these skills will transfer to your other exam ka preparation. And measure, don't guess. Don't guess कि हाँ मेरी इतनी गलतियां हुई हैं, ये कर लूंगा तो हो जाएगा. Measure accurately what are your weak areas and act according to them. Part A को the due focus give, because a lot of people what you do think part B is a cool section, part A is not that cool, that is why you miss it. And keep writing every day. Part B is something that you cannot improvise on the last day. It is something that you need to inculcate the habit of writing. So keep writing, keep learning, and get into the habit of being a lawyer. With that said, guys, 40 days to go for NLSAT 2026. No exception. Blood, sweat, and tears. Everything you have, give it your all. And with that said, this is Surya from LawFren. Check out our website. Check out the LawFren's Essentials course that has all the necessary things that will help you in the last 40 days of your preparation. All the necessary mocks, all the necessary lectures and materials, everything. And signing off, as I always say, aim to be.
Are you preparing for 3-year LLB entrance exams but feeling overwhelmed and unsure where to start? Do you struggle with finding the right resources, guidance, and clarity, all in one place? Tired of institutions selling just mock tests or rebranding old materials meant for other exams and charging a fortune for it? Introducing LawFren, your one-stop solution for 3-year LLB entrance exams. LawFren brings you cutting-edge tools to supercharge your preparation. With our exams portal, you can participate in live All India tests and instantly see your rank, giving you real-time insights into your performance. Practice questions on individual topics, sharpen your skills, and get exam ready with confidence. LawFren, aim to be.